Okay, this is the part of my journey where I get over the most cringiest moment of talking in front of the camera, which is really not my forte. I don't think it's anybody's forte, especially being an introvert. I hate public speaking. I just hate speaking in front of people. I hate the way my voice sounds. And I feel like I'm just fumbling and stumbling all over my words and, more self pity. But, anyways, here we are now and talking in front of the camera. Anyways, I just want to go ahead and basically just touch on a topic that I was thinking about while I was on my way to my shoot this afternoon. So, editorial photo shoot. I've been doing photos for about 15 years. I'm lying, about 13 years professionally. And yeah, I was on my way to the shoot, and I was just thinking about how much I've had to reinvent myself. So, long story short, I started with photos and I taught myself photography, and then I graduated into videos, cinema, filmmaking, and I also taught myself how to create motion pictures as well. Um, I've had a couple of idols, a few idols here and there. Nobody that actually mentored me, just people that I looked up to that I aspired to be like. Um, I try to take note of other creators' work ethic. Um, just admire other people's talent who are just kind of on the same path as I am as well. Um, Now, fast forward about last year, I kind of got into music production and soundtracks. So I kind of had to reinvent myself again because that's kind of night and day for me to dive into music when I've just always been a visual person. Even since before photography, I was always about visuals as far as like sketching, drawing, graphic design, things of that nature. I've always been a music enthusiast. I love different types of music, and I was always kind of envious of people who can create music. Never thought I had the ear or just the vocal talent or just the dexterity to play an instrument. However, life's short, so I challenged myself to get into sound design. And just like any other art form, it takes effort. There's talent, but they say hard work beats talent every time. So I fancy myself a hard worker at times. So I figured, hey, why not? Let's do it. So before I had to reinvent myself, main thing I had to do was cut out distractions. I had to switch up my routine because now I'm starting something very serious that's going to dedicate a lot of my focus. So with that being said, I had to cut out distractions. I had to. One of my biggest distractions was video games. I'm not knocking any gamers. I love playing video games. I still enjoy video games very much. But once I power down the console, back to reality, I'm just back at square one. So I had to. That was one of my major distractions. I had to cut out that just wasn't producing anything for me. It's a good stress reliever, but I'm pretty happy in my life right now. I found peace, and I just want to. In a, I'm just in the season of growth right now. So with that season of growth, I had to cut out some of my distractions, and one of my biggest distractions was my Xbox. So I had to put that up and start reinvesting into some sound design. So I've been doing that so far, and it's been a interesting journey. I've been learning a lot really quickly. I always thank YouTube for that because I don't didn't have to spend any money on any lessons. It was just more so spending money on different equipment and figure out a workflow and seeing what works for me. and I'm loving it. I'm able to dedicate time to that and see my growth. It's been a year so far, and I feel like I've grown tremendously. I've also been able to grow as a filmmaker, and I think it just makes me a more well-rounded artist. And I just want to leave on a note, just saying that if you want to reinvent yourself, to just first thing you got to do is just cut out those distractions, and it doesn't have to be permanent, but because I might one day pull out the Xbox and put in a few games, but I'm honestly I'm not really missing it too much. I played games my whole life, and going on this newfound artistry has been very rewarding. It's my first year doing this. I'm looking forward to growing in the next coming of years and just seeing where it takes me. And I'm just here to share the journey, my artistic journey, because now I feel like I'm covering a lot of bases, and I just want to put out as much as possible and keep trying to inspire people to do what they're called to do. And the sky's the limit. We're evolving each and every day, and it's only one life, so let's max it out.